Welcome back, coin collectors. Today we're going to look at three interesting half-dollar coins: the 1776 to 1976 Bicentennial Kennedy Half Dollar, the 1980 Kennedy Half Dollar, and the 1982 Kennedy Half Dollar. We'll explore their history, design, and possible value. Make sure to watch until the end to see if one of these coins could be hiding in your collection. The 1776 to 1976 Bicentennial Kennedy Half Dollar is one of the most famous commemorative coins in modern United States coinage. It was created to celebrate the 200th anniversary of American independence, marking the historic United States bicentennial that commemorated the signing of the United States Declaration of Independence in 1776. Instead of showing a single date like most coins, this special half dollar proudly displays the dual date 1776 to 1976, symbolizing 2 centuries of freedom and national development. The coin was produced by the United States Mint, and millions of Americans collected it as a patriotic keepsake during the nationwide bicentennial celebrations. Although the coins were struck in 1975 and 1976, none of them carry the year 1975 because the mint used the dual bicentennial date for both years. The obverse front of the coin features the well-known portrait of John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, whose image first appeared on the half dollar in 1964 shortly after his assassination. The portrait was designed by Gilroy Roberts, the chief engraver of the United States Mint at that time. Around the portrait appears the word liberty, which represents freedom and democratic values. The national motto, "In God We Trust," is displayed below the portrait, reflecting a phrase that has been used on American coins since the 19th century. The dual date 1776 to 1976 appears beneath Kennedy's image, reminding collectors and citizens of the nation's journey from colonial rebellion to a powerful modern country. The reverse back of the coin is what makes the bicentennial half dollar truly unique. Instead of the usual presidential seal used on standard Kennedy half dollars, the reverse features a detailed depiction of Independence Hall, the historic building where both the Declaration of Independence and the United States Constitution were debated and adopted. This iconic design was created by Seth G. Huntington, whose artwork was selected from a national design competition organized by the United States Mint. Above the building appear the words United States of America, while the phrase E pluribus unum is placed above the image of Independence Hall. This Latin motto means out of many, one, symbolizing the unity of the states that form the nation. Below the building is a denomination half dollar, clearly identifying the coin's value. The D Mint mark on the coin indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the primary facilities responsible for producing circulating coins in the United States. During the bicentennial celebration, the Denver Mint produced millions of these coins for circulation, allowing Americans across the country to hold a piece of their history in their hands. The coin is composed mainly of copper and nickel in a clad composition, with a total weight of about 11.34 grams and a diameter of 30.6 millimeters. Its edge is reeded, which is typical for U.S. half dollars. Although some special collector versions of bicentennial coins were struck in 40% silver, the majority of circulating pieces from the Denver Mint are copper-nickel clad. The Bicentennial Coin Program was one of the largest commemorative coin projects ever undertaken by the United States Mint. In addition to the half dollar, special designs were also created for the quarter and the dollar coin. These coins were released into circulation so ordinary people could participate in the celebration of the nation's 200th birthday. Schools, banks, and collectors eagerly saved these coins as historical souvenirs. Many people kept them in coin albums or displayed them in frames, considering them symbols of patriotism and American heritage. Even though the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar was produced in very large numbers, it still remains a favorite among coin collectors today. Many collectors appreciate the coin not only for its historical significance, but also for its unique design featuring Independence Hall. The value of most circulated coins is usually close to their face value or slightly higher, but uncirculated coins in excellent condition can be worth more to collectors. Special mint sets or silver versions can command higher prices depending on their quality and rarity. Another reason this coin attracts collectors is its connection to American history and national pride. The bicentennial celebrations of 1976 included parades, fireworks, exhibitions, and cultural events throughout the United States. The commemorative coins served as small metallic reminders of that historic year. Every time someone sees a 1776 to 1976 date on the coin, it represents the long journey of the United States from 13 colonies fighting for independence to a modern democratic nation that has influenced global politics, economics, and culture. The 1982 D Kennedy Half Dollar is a notable coin in the history of modern United States currency. It was struck in 1982 at the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the small D mint mark on the obverse of the coin. This half dollar belongs to the famous Kennedy Half Dollar series that began in 1964 shortly after the tragic assassination of John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States. The coin was introduced as a tribute to Kennedy's leadership and legacy, and it quickly became one of the most recognized coins in American history. By 1982, the coin was no longer widely used in everyday commerce, but it continued to be produced mainly for collectors and limited circulation. The obverse side of the 1982 D Kennedy Half Dollar features the classic left-facing portrait of President Kennedy. This powerful and dignified design was created by Gilroy Roberts, who served as the chief engraver of the United States Mint at the time the coin was first designed. Kennedy's portrait shows his youthful appearance and confident expression, symbolizing hope and leadership during one of the most important eras in American history. Above the portrait appears a large inscription Liberty, representing the core principle of freedom upon which the United States was founded. Beneath Kennedy's neck is a date 1982, which identifies the year the coin was minted. The national motto "In God We Trust" is prominently displayed below the portrait, reflecting a phrase that has appeared on American coins for many decades as a symbol of faith and national identity. The reverse side of the coin carries a detailed and patriotic design based on the presidential seal of the United States. At the center of the reverse is a majestic heraldic eagle with its wings spread wide. This eagle symbolizes strength, independence, and the enduring spirit of the American nation. In its talons, the eagle holds an olive branch and a bundle of arrows. The olive branch represents peace, while the arrows represent readiness to defend the nation when necessary. Above the eagle's head is a ring of stars representing the states of the Union, while the Latin motto E pluribus unum appears above the eagle. This phrase translates to "out of many, one," symbolizing the unity of the many states that together form the United States of America. Surrounding the reverse design are the inscriptions "United States of America" at the top and "half dollar" at the bottom, clearly identifying the country of origin and the coin's denomination. The reverse design of the Kennedy Half Dollar was created by Frank Gasparro, who later became the chief engraver of the United States Mint. Gasparro's detailed artwork gives the coin a powerful and official appearance, reflecting the strength and dignity of the nation it represents. The reverse design has remained largely unchanged throughout the history of the Kennedy Half Dollar series, making it one of the most recognizable coin designs in the United States. The 1982 D Kennedy Half Dollar is made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, which had been used for circulating half dollars since 1971. The coin has a total weight of approximately 11.34 grams, a diameter of 30.6 millimeters, and a thickness of about 2.15 millimeters. Its edge is reeded, meaning it has small grooves around the outer rim. This reeded edge design is common on many American coins and helps prevent counterfeiting and wear. The inner core of the coin is made of copper, while the outer layers are made of a copper-nickel alloy that give the coin its silver-like appearance. During the early 1980s, the popularity of the half dollar in everyday transactions had declined significantly. Most Americans preferred to use smaller denominations such as quarters, dimes, and dollar bills. Because of this reduced demand, many Kennedy half dollars minted in the 1980s were produced mainly for collectors rather than for heavy circulation. Despite this, the 1982 D coin was still struck in large numbers by the Denver Mint. Millions of coins were produced, though many of them were saved by collectors shortly after they were issued. Collectors often look for high-quality examples of the 1982 D Kennedy Half Dollar in uncirculated condition, meaning the coin has never been used in everyday transactions and still retains its original mint luster. Coins in such condition may have higher collector value compared to worn examples found in circulation. Additionally, collectors sometimes search for varieties, minting errors, or coins with exceptionally sharp details and brilliant surfaces. While most 1982 D half dollars are common, perfectly preserved examples graded by professional coin grading services can be more valuable to serious collectors. The Kennedy Half Dollar series remains one of the most historically meaningful coin series in American numismatics. It honors President John F. Kennedy, whose presidency inspired many Americans during the early 1960s. His leadership during critical events such as the Cold War and his vision for progress and unity left a lasting impact on the nation. Because of this legacy, the half dollar bearing his portrait continues to symbolize not only American currency, but also a tribute to a respected national leader. The 1980 Kennedy Half Dollar is part of the long-running Kennedy Half Dollar series produced by the United States Mint. This coin was minted in 1980 at the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the small D mint mark visible on the obverse of the coin near the date. The Kennedy Half Dollar series began in 1964 as a tribute to John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, following his tragic assassination in 1963. The American public strongly supported placing Kennedy's portrait on the half-dollar coin, and the design quickly became one of the most recognized and symbolic pieces of U.S. currency. By the time the 1980 coin was produced, the Kennedy half dollar had already been in circulation for more than 15 years and had become a favorite among collectors and historians interested in modern American coins. The obverse side of the 1980 Kennedy half dollar features the iconic left-facing portrait of President John F. Kennedy. This design was created by Gilroy Roberts, who served as the chief engraver of the United States Mint when the coin was first introduced in 1964. Roberts designed the portrait based on a medal he had previously created for Kennedy during his presidency. The portrait captures Kennedy's confident profile and youthful appearance, reflecting the hope and optimism that many Americans associated with his leadership. Above the portrait appears a large inscription Liberty, representing one of the fundamental ideals of the United States. The motto "In God We Trust" is written below the portrait, symbolizing faith and national identity. Beneath Kennedy's image is the date 1980, indicating the year in which the coin was struck. The reverse side of the coin features a powerful and patriotic design created by Frank Gasbaro, who later served as a chief engraver of the United States Mint. The design is based on the presidential seal of the United States, giving the coin a formal and dignified appearance. At the center of the reverse is a large heraldic eagle with its wings spread wide. The eagle holds an olive branch in one talon and a bundle of arrows in the other. The olive branch represents peace and diplomacy, while the arrows symbolize the nation's readiness to defend itself. Above the eagle's head appears a ring of stars representing the states of the United States, and above the eagle is the Latin motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. This motto reflects the idea that many individual states unite together to form one nation. Around the reverse design appear the inscriptions United States of America and half dollar, clearly identifying the issuing country and the denomination of the coin. The detailed engraving of the eagle, shield, and stars reflects the craftsmanship and artistry of the United States Mint. The design has remained largely unchanged for decades, making the Kennedy half dollar instantly recognizable to collectors and the general public alike. The coin represents not only a form of currency, but also a symbol of American heritage and political history. The 1980 Kennedy half dollar is made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, which became standard for half dollars beginning in 1971. The coin consists of an inner core made of pure copper sandwiched between two outer layers of a copper-nickel alloy. This construction gives the coin a silver-colored appearance while maintaining durability for circulation. The coin has a diameter of approximately 30.6 millimeters, a weight of about 11.34 grams, and a thickness of around 2.15 millimeters. Its edge is reeded, meaning it contains small vertical grooves around the outer rim. These grooves help protect the coin from excessive wear and historically help prevent precious metal coins from being shaved or altered. During the late 1970s and early 1980s, the Kennedy half dollar was no longer widely used in everyday commerce. Many Americans preferred to use smaller coins or paper currency, which made the half dollar less common in daily transactions. As a result, many of the coins minted during this time period, including the 1980 were saved by collectors rather than circulated extensively. Although the Denver Mint produced millions of these coins, a large number were placed directly into coin collections, mint sets, and storage by people who appreciated their historical significance. Collectors today often seek high-quality examples of the 1980 Kennedy half dollar in uncirculated condition, meaning the coin has never been used in circulation and still retains its original mint luster and sharp details. Coins with brilliant surfaces, minimal marks, and strong design features can be more desirable among collectors. Some collectors also look for minting varieties, die errors, or exceptionally well-preserved specimens that may carry additional collector value. Professional coin grading services evaluate coins based on their condition, and higher-grade coins can command higher prices in the collector market. The Kennedy Half Dollar series itself is deeply connected to American history and national memory. President John F. Kennedy's leadership during the early 1960s left a lasting impression on the nation, and his legacy continues to inspire Americans decades later. By placing his portrait on the half dollar, the United States honored his contributions and ensured that his image would remain part of everyday American life. Each Kennedy half dollar minted since 1964 serves as a small historical tribute to a leader who symbolized progress, hope, and a vision for the future.